Strap yourself in. Joining us now is Dan Deming at KKM Financial. Dan, it's going to be a very active week of big tech earnings and the Fed. Let's start with the Fed, Dan.
Well, Angie, yeah, the Fed announcement this week is going to be a highlight along with earnings. And the expectations for the Fed is that they are going to stand pat and not change policy. The big question will be in the press conference and the text that comes out after the meeting is the consideration of when they may begin to cut rates. That's really the big unknown at this point. And the market's still pricing in a fairly decent chance of a March cut. We'll get possibly some clarity on that this week, but really more likely it looks like May is where the market's pricing in the first cut with a high probability.
Good to know. Thank you for that. But the fun doesn't stop because big tech earnings are this week from companies including Microsoft and Apple, which are getting a lot of headline news lately.
Yeah, a big week. And then unemployment, I believe, on Friday, Angie, as well. So, yeah, we got a slew of data points, earnings, and Fed announcements following up the central bank activity from last week. Certainly, the big names in the tech sector that have been driving this market the last couple of years will be highlighted this week. So on Tuesday and Thursday after the close, all eyes will be on the big tech names as far as the earnings and the guidance moving forward.
What are people doing with their money? What's happening in the market action?
Yeah, I think that, we're starting to see the markets catching its second wind here. I mean, it started off relatively slow in the beginning of January, Angie, but as we move towards the end of January, and particularly when you look at the type of nature of cyclical action in the market, typically the market has the ability to show some pretty decent strength into the first 2 weeks in February. Now, the second part of February has shown over historically that it is a challenging time for the market. But I think right now with the trends, the positive momentum in the market, and if we get some solid earnings, that the market looks like it's poised to continue to move to new highs.
Always good to get your insights. Thank you, Dan.
All right. Thanks, Angie. Thanks for having me.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.